Hello, bit diddlers, how are you diddling? Welcome back to Mega Man Unlimited. So we've beaten Nailman, we've beaten Glue Man, and I mentioned in the last episode that we should beat Glue Man because it would be convenient for us effectively. And I'm going to prove that in Tank Man stage. But before I do that, very important that I notice that I show you something. I want to load this game back up again actually. Here we go. This is my my file. Original difficulty. You can see I've got the nails, I've got the glue on the right hand screen. But you'll also notice that I've got bolts, 2 lives, and also there are 4 letters, YOKU, and the fact is those are collectibles. And by getting all those letters, we will unlock a special treat. And in order to do so, we need to start off with Tank Man stage. First off, another excellent piece of music here. The satellites that you've got in the background, they remind me awfully of, not awfully, but tremendously, of Starman stage in Mega Man 5. This is our first enemy. If we walk up to it, it'll shoot a grenade at us, and we got hit. Again. Oh! Got hit again. Twice. Shoot it, and it will fire. You can shoot it in the head. Little yellow thing here. It's a mine. Tank metals. They run backwards. Just like that. Another one of these things. So shoot! Ah! It is a doornail. Shoot! It's always good to jump when one of those metals shoots at you because it fires the split shot of 3. You can jump over them. Got hit again there. A little bit of health there. I think the developer knew that you might get hit a bit there. I think it makes sense in some way to have a little bit of health at the beginning of level, because at the end of the day, every level could be your first level, and if you're playing it blind, you could, do quite badly on any level you start off with. So that blue mine splits into 4 pieces. Yeah, any level could be a starter level, so it should be considered on any level. You could have a bad start, a little bit slightly forgiving level design. I think is actually quite welcome, not too forgiving. But fill up my whole health. And you can see we're in some sort of place that manufactures shells. The destruction of the enemy, I dare say, which whatever that might be in this case, I dare say. Normally, this game's main antagonist. And we go. Oh, what's this here? A little pathway. We can't get in there. No. Perhaps we could slide in there. And if you think that, you'd be correct. No. Watch this. Whoa! Don't mind if I do. Now, we've seen these conveyor belts in Glue Man stage, but they don't look the same. They're a lot faster. Like that. And now we come to a shield attacker, that's what they're called. These shoot at you though, so be wary of them. That makes me nervous, but it's actually very safe. Little tank here is holding an enemy called a Sniper Joe. Albeit, this one is yellow. Traditionally, they tend to be green. I dare say this one is yellow because, it's yellow because it behaves differently to how you'd expect. If you've played previous games. There we go. We mentioned the YOKU. Whereas the U, we need the glue again. That's why I went for Glue Man first. And watch this. We've glued him. And we can switch to a different weapon. Let's switch to the nail shield to show you how good this weapon is. Dead as a doornail. Very satisfying. And we can use this to jump over him, this tank here. And we can get right up to that and kill it like that. That shield is below us. Inconvenient, but nail shield again. There we go. Another Sniper Joe, as they are called. And we got hit there because we were not very precise. A little bit tricky here with the conveyor belt, but it can be done. I'm just not doing it. I'm playing poorly. The sub-boss, a big tank. And I'm just literally stating the bleeding obvious there. Oh, it's a big tank. You know. Don't ask me to write a novel. It should be said that when you destroy that tank, it releases those two Sniper Joes. But you can actually jump over them, which I didn't demonstrate here. But you can do that. You do not need to fight them. We're now into the second half of the stage. More of these conveyor belts. Oh, thank you very much. I think the game knew I played atrociously there, so decided to. It felt pity on me. Let that mine go off. Again, this is another fantastic piece of music, and I think it's important that I emphasise that, because, you know, the music that you hear, that you listen to, is part of the experience, and there's something very triumphant and almost heroic about this one. You know, it might be the theme of someone who goes to war and comes back a triumphant soldier. And I think this works beautifully. Of course, here they start combining quick conveyor belts with spikes that are, of course, instant death. You could do, if you're worried about not making that, you could take the conveyor belt with the spike, use your glue shot, and if you mess up, you land on the glue. Excellent safety net, you might say. Now here, of course, needless to say, that conveyor belt at the top wants to chuck into the spikes. We don't want that to happen, so we must tread very carefully. Tread, lol, tank man, tank head. Maybe that's a joke, maybe that's funny, maybe it's not funny, I don't know. Shield attacker. Now, if we play our cards right, we can get that life without using any implements. There we go. The music is great. Go over here, refill our nail shield. Lovely. Let's use our nails again. Let's use our nails again as if I'm doing some sort of domestic project. Once again, that's a bit cheeky because obviously you might want to jump there and immediately go for it, but that thing, that metal down there, that tank net will get you every time. Kill it. Again, we can't get that. We'll be back though. We don't need to kill that thing, just ignore it. We now come towards the end of the level. This is a little bit tricky. There are many ways you can deal with this. You could actually use, what we're going to do is do this legit. We're going to destroy this thing like this. That jump is daunting, but you can do it. There we go. Kill, kill, kill. However, I think it's interesting to note that you can use Rush Jet as well, which we got from Nailman stage, if you remember correctly. And I just think it's quite important to show you how to do it legit. Maybe if this was your first stage, wouldn't be a bad stage to start with. It's not that tricky. Crack out your Rush Jet. Look at this. I'm just skipping everything. Not a care in the world. I do want to stop there from the nail sheet. Shield. Kills it instantly. Now we're at Tank Man. And I've had to think about this, but I'm not going to use the weaknesses on the bosses now. The fact is that Tank Man is indeed, he's weak to Nailed Shield that we got from Nail Man. We're going to buster him because, you know, it's interesting to see how these bosses, with just Buster. He will charge at you first. And I will describe how to do it, but all he does... Okay. It's important to note that he the key is to dodge the... This is called his tank arsenal. He fires three projectiles at you, which you can dodge exactly like this. And then the way he charges at you alternates. There, he charges, then reverses. He'll do his tank arsenal again. 1, 2, 3. This time he was charged right at me, and he won't reverse. And that should be enough to kill him. There you go. Charges at you. 3 tank arsenals. Charges at you again, but he reverses. And then it repeats the process. Now, the weapon we get from Mr. Tankman is the, well, it's exactly as you saw, it's the tank arsenal. It's explosive, and it will come in handy. It certainly has a practical purpose, so we'll save that. And I'm actually going to demonstrate exactly why it might be useful. We are going to revisit Glueman stage, so I shall see you there very briefly. Okay, so you remember when we played through Glueman stage and I said, well, we don't have weapon for this yet, or maybe I didn't say that. The fact is, you may have been curious about this anyway. There's clearly a gap there. We've got an explosive weapon. A bomb will do the trick. The fact is, though, that it's an odd one, this, because if you have the tank arsenal and you visit this stage, you can get through the area. Then to get through the next area, almost impossible. You're going to need the nail shield for this area. The nail shield, if I can speak proper English, like they teach it in the schools. But you need the nail shield here. And the nail shield does not last forever. So to get through here, I recommend using it a bit, chucking it away, reactivating it, and then you will get to here, where we'll get one of these guys, we'll call it, a stomping enemy I suppose, and you slide through here. Thank you very much. And here we are, at the end of the level. You might be wondering, so do you have to fight Glueman again? The answer is no. It is immediately back to this, where we are here. Save that game. And with that, thank you very much indeed for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time.